And we're live.
Boom.
Hello.
Nice, easy, painless.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike this week of games.
I can do the noise. I can do this. Do 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 do
Yeah.
do 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 do. Boom.
Yeah,
And
man.
how did the league get this bad this quick?
It's 2007 all over again. It's complete chaos.
It's terrible.
But it's kind of fitting. Last season before the realignment, it makes sense that this would happen.
It's almost like the coaches got together back in the summer in Destin, and they said we're going to try to put our most average teams out there that we can, and they all shook hands and agreed on it. I could understand a team or two, maybe three. But for everybody to be this kind of mediocre pedestrian is kind of weird. Well, it ain't kind of weird. It's very weird.
It's very weird.
I mean, it's not even just SEC. Like Texas is struggling right now. Florida State almost lost to Boston College.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a direct result of
Texas ain't struggling no more. I take that back. It's 31-10.
you think it's a direct result? We're seeing the first real true ripple effects of the transfer portal and all that stuff. Everybody's kind of getting balanced out.
Yeah.
It's more of an even playing field, I guess.
You know, I say that, but at the same time, like for Georgia and Bama, it just doesn't seem like they're not trying. Like they're not pushing off the ball on either team. They're not going deep. It just something's not right. It's not just people are catching up. These top tier teams are either taking weeks off or they're just not good.
It's bizarre. I mean, even like we're 3-0, but it's like it feels like next week we're about to. We've not looked pretty in any of the games we played. We've played less than competition. One of the lighter schedules I can remember us ever having. And it ain't pretty. I got a feeling a big dose of reality is going to hit us next week. So, whoo, wow, how bad.
And good news for the SEC: Spencer Rattler looked like a fucking Heisman. I don't know how he did that shit. LSU looked great today.
Yeah.
Florida.
Florida.
That was a big surprise, that performance they put up.
Yeah, it's and then for the end in a fist fight, it's like that's the only way. So we're gonna add this because it's back off commercial, and we're just gonna let it play. And if we get whatever happens, happens. We in agreement with that?
Yes.
I'm in agreement. Sure, we're keeping track of the.
All right. So
this
we're
big
watching
battle
the
going on.
Colorado State game. It's tied up. Who are you guys pulling for in this one?
Colorado State.
Yeah, I am too. I do think Dion's a good coach. He's a good fit for Colorado. But I'm kind of getting worn out with the whole shit show that comes with him,
Yeah.
Like I saw The Rock on the sideline a little while ago. The Rock's been making the rounds this week. He was on SmackDown on Friday.
Why do
Game
you
day
think that
today.
is, Cranges?
Rider strike.
Damage control.
It's damage control. You remember that Maui shit he tried to pull with Oprah?
I didn't even hear about it.
Yeah, so Maui caught all on fire. And him and Oprah are sitting there begging people, regular people, to help pay for all this shit. Meanwhile, Oprah and The Rock are sitting there with thousands of acres in Maui that aren't even a little bit of a piece of ash on it. So now he's trying to save face. I don't know. I don't trust it.
Well, I wanted him when Auburn was looking for a coach. I do think Colorado's going to definitely do well this year. They'll wind up winning this game probably pretty handily. But I am getting like it's week 3. His third game ain't even in the books yet, and I'm already tired of it. I can't imagine. I'm going to be so exhausted talking about him by mid-season. Which, by the way, we are a quarter of the way into the season. Let that sink in.
Well, considering how my team's been playing, I'm hating to know how the rest of the season is going to wind up.
You're
Matter
like
of
that
fact-
asshole. It's like
matter-
only 15
of
more
fact-
days till Christmas.
Matter of fact, it's time to get rid of this hat. The team that's on the field for Bama this year is nothing like that team last year. Hell with it. I'm putting a different hat on. They don't deserve me to be wearing a champ hat on here the way they've been playing. I'm done with it.
Well, you can't take away their tradition and their history, though. That definitely stands for itself.
Yeah, but it's a new year, new team, and this team is, I mean, this felt like a loss today. And, 17-3. It was 3-3 at halftime. Had the hour-long weather delay.
Yes, those
You
suck.
think we'd come out and play better, but not really. The QB thing, Tyler Buckner, they thought he was going to do so great. Not really. 5 of 14, 34 yards. So he gets yanked. And what happens? They put in Simpson. And most of the time, he was just handing the ball off.
So real quick, Hoss, I want you to realize this. You seen how Prime's on all the commercials and shit?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Annoying as fuck, right? Especially when you're watching his game. That's how we all felt about Saban. So your turn to watch somebody else.
Well, they're both in commercials together, the Aflac.
Yeah, the All States or whatever, Aflacs.
Who's
Ty
Bama
Simpson,
trot out next week, Hoss, after watching today?
I mean, the way Simpson was in there and especially late in the game, it seemed like teams seemed to be gelling with him or whatever, but I don't know. I mean, Milroe was on the sidelines. He was suited up. They never put him in. There's got to be a reason they didn't put him in. Did he mouth off to somebody? Did he, not do something he should have? I mean, what?
So one of our people had a rough day, like rougher than me and Hoss had, and apparently he uploaded a video and wants us to watch it.
Yeah, let's watch it.
Oh, okay.
Why do you do that to yourself, Carter?
Yeah.
Who do you guys catch next week, Hoss?
Ole Miss.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I was watching some of their game today, and I got to say, I'm concerned, to say the least.
So, I'm sorry, Hoss. I looked down at my phone and looked over at the cat. Who'd you say you think they're going to trot out next week?
I mean, it could be Simpson. I would hope they'd get Milroe back in there, but I really don't know at this point. And I mean, all of the commentators, RG3, who was covering the game, he says it really didn't seem to him like we still know who our quarterback's going to be, and that's really how I feel.
I threw it out there last night, and at the time I did it, I didn't really. I just threw what came off the top of my head. I said that maybe Milroe didn't handle the demotion as properly as Saban had liked him to. Yeah. And the fact that we didn't see him today kind of almost made me really think that was true. Like, for Milroe to not even sniff the field, or did he? He didn't, did he?
No, he never got on the field. But see, that's the QB thing is just one piece of the puzzle. I mean, we still had penalties today. We had 5 penalties, 35 yards, one of which was a holding penalty that negated a 100-yard kickoff return that would have been a touchdown. So that can't keep happening. Not to mention there was 5 sacks. Most of them happened when Simpson was in there, but that's the offensive line. I mean, what are you doing? You're letting people through. Even South Florida. Now, granted, they were fired up, giving it their all, going forward on every 4th down they had. But still, I mean, if we're doing that badly against South Florida, how do you think it's going to be when we face off against these SEC West opponents? I mean, it's not going to get any easier, that's for sure.
Carter's in the comments saying he's already ready to see Nico start and take out Milton. feel like everybody's having quarterback issues.
I was thinking about this on the way home tonight. And Trenches, I don't know if you want to play the video now and then we talk about it or talk about this now.
It's still uploading. Go ahead.
Okay. Actually, I just saw the notification come across on my phone.
Go ahead with yours first. Let me
yeah,
get this ready.
It's almost like I know sometimes teams grow and maybe gel, but I think it's very minimal. I've been thinking this for a long time. You are what you are. You've got a DNA. We were talking about it last night. Milrose, the questions about Milroe from last year still kind of lingered into this year. The questions about Milton that everybody last year said if he can just get his accuracy down, he'll be just like Hooker. Well, Milton's still struggling with accuracy, and he has his moment. It's like I don't know how to put it into words sometimes, but it's like what these people. Once you have a area you're maybe not so good at, it's like they never really improve at them sometimes. If you get a shitty quarterback, they're probably going to be a shitty quarterback all the way through the season. They might have a game or two where maybe you don't. I'm speaking from experience as an Auburn fan. Like people say, well, they'll get better. No, they won't. They'll still be doing the same things that in week 12 that they were doing in week 2. Just watch and see.
That's what's driving me crazy about Georgia right now is when he goes deep, you could see the kid's talented. Carson, the fugly guy. But all he does is check down passes. It's like he's scared of the secondary.
I'll tell you what you got going in your favor. Y'all are it might not be the best team Georgia's had overall, but y'all are so loaded and talented. Y'all are going to out-talent most people.
Yeah, but here's the problem. And Hoss, you could attest to this. You've seen it. When you have a championship team, you could feel, okay, this team is dangerous. They could whoop somebody's ass.
Yeah.
When you don't have it, after seeing it, you see when this team's easily going to get beat. Like that spark's not there. No one's fighting. No one's trying to get that extra yard. It's not a championship team. It's just not.
I mean, I think defensively, Georgia and Bama, are still pretty good defensively. Yeah. But now offensively, I mean, until late in the third quarter, into the fourth quarter, we were getting beat pretty much every facet: rushing, passing, time possession against South Florida. That's really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, and our defense, of course, held them to 3 points, but still, what good is it if we can't put any points up on the board ourselves, or we're struggling to?
Yeah. Kind of feels like you hate to see a good defense get wasted in vain,
Yeah.
All right, you guys want to check this out real quick?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can hear it first.
Well,
awesome video, Carter.
Yeah.
Go full.
No.
So here's what we're gonna do because it's lagging out real bit. Crandis, you want to share screen because the issue is I'm also share screen Hulu.
Yeah,
check it out.
That.
When you got too much stuff going on, it just starts lagging out. Georgia's biggest issue right now, once again, like I said, Carson's not wanting to take the deep ball. And the offensive line, who should be one of the best, same as Bama, should be one of the best in the country, aren't getting a push. And it's driving me crazy. Like our defense, we held them to 14 today, which isn't great for Georgia's standards, but at the same time, I mean, they were on the field 90% of the fucking game. What more do you want them to do?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Right there. You just tell me when, because all I see right now on my screen is
We're ready, bud.
All right, here we go. Carter is going to cry for everybody watching tonight.
Crank it up for us. All the way.
I'm trying so hard not to lose my shit. But sometimes being a fan of the Tennessee Volunteers is one of the most frustrating things I've ever decided to do in my life.
Something's getting kicked around.
Oh. Oh. Fuck.
I'd say he's a little
This
pissed.
shit fucking kills me, man. It fucking kills me. I'm fucking a grown man crying about a fucking football game. What the fuck, Joe Milton? You're supposed to be the shit. You can throw a 90-yard fucking rocket, but you can't throw it from me to you. You can't throw it 10 goddamn yards. What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm having a goddamn come apart. I'm sitting here crying like a little bitch. Last year was fucking amazing, and we're taking steps backward, Heupel. What the fuck? We didn't lose to a goddamn good Florida team. We lost to a shitty Florida team, man. Shit hurts my fucking soul, man. This shit hurts.
Be sure to hit the like.
It fucking
Yeah.
hurts.
It's never good to lose to Florida.
I should be used to this shit. I should be used to this. As a Tennessee fan, I should be used to it. Disappointment. Can't win in the goddamn swamp. Since my fucking hero, Casey Clausen, goddamn joke. It's a fucking joke. Man. I wanted this one bad. Oh my God. I wanted it so bad. I believe I drank the goddamn Kool-Aid. Drank that shit. Fucking drink it, man. Oh, this hurts. Hey, fuck the goddamn sun coming up tomorrow. I don't want to see it.
Wow.
Damn.
That's when you know you are low. You don't even want
Yeah.
the sun to shine.
Make something out of this fucking season. Because Joe Milton, you're never gonna fucking get it. You're never gonna get it. Not ever. And you know what? Fuck any of you who are saying, how dare you talk about these kids? These motherfuckers are getting paid now. I don't want to hear this shit.
That's a good
Okay?
point.
Like I said earlier, my fucking hero, Casey Clausen, caught more shit from fans than anybody. And he didn't cry like a little bitch. You got these soft ass motherfuckers out there. Oh, their feelings. They're hurt more than you are. Bullshit! They haven't been through this shit like me. They're gonna go back to Knoxville and they're gonna go to fucking Chipotle, go on the goddamn Cumberland Strip, and hang out, buy tennis shoes, spend millions of dollars because they got it because of NIL. They don't give a fuck. They gonna get their money. So don't tell me that these players hurt worse than I do. That's bullshit. No fucking way.
Tell him, Carter.
He's letting it out tonight.
Yeah, he
Sissy
is.
football don't pay my fucking bills.
I ain't fucking with that man tonight.
Fuck, man.
There
Well,
you go.
great video, Carter, and at least you got both your legs.
Woo! I ain't touching that man
That's
tonight.
true. That's true. You
Good
can
video.
always find the bright side.
He does make a great point, though. Like, I'm sick of that whole, oh, they're just 18-year-old kids. They make more than I ever made. Fuck them. If you're
Yeah.
going to fuck
I
up,
mean,
you're
money-
getting paid for this job now. We're allowed
Money
to-
changes things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Why can't it just? I mean, people. It don't matter what it is, what you do. People, you're gonna half people are gonna be okay with you, and half are not. Why can't
And in
you
all
just go in?
fairness, in all fairness to you, Carter, we were all pulling for you. At least I was. Ain't no way in hell I'm ever going to pull.
I mean, I think we all picked them to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I was losing faith in it as the week. Last week they kind of had a rough showing, and I was kind of hoping that was just a isolated incident, but I don't
Like I
think
said-
Joe Milton's their answer. I really don't.
But the way the game ended with the fights, man, that's the bigger problem. Because now how many players you going to lose for next week?
Yeah, that's true.
So there will be. It ain't one of them things like, oh yeah, it got kind of ugly, but
It
everybody
ended with flags everywhere and people throwing fists.
damn.
So there's going to be an investigation. At least 10 off of each team will be fucking suspended.
Mm.
Which the worst part is we don't play Tennessee or Florida next week because we really would have appreciated those 10 sitting on the bench.
I feel bad for Carter because yes, he definitely was trying to be positive and drink the Kool-Aid, as he said. I just didn't see how they would lose Hooker and lose Hyatt and still maintain, be as good as they were last year.
The problem is, though, the reason this one probably hurts the worst, not just because it's Florida, it's a fucking terrible Florida.
Or so we think.
That's what kills.
I didn't get to watch it all the way through because Auburn was playing it at the same hour, but every time I'd look over it, man, it seemed like it got out of hand pretty quick.
Well,
And there was a point there where Tennessee had it within 16 points. I thought Tennessee had the ball. I said, man, Tennessee's fixing to come back and win this game.
I mean, I know we mentioned it when we first started about the whole conference being down, but I think we can all agree there's certain games that teams just get up for no matter how they've done the rest of the season.
Yeah.
And it's happened many times throughout the years, where teams that were pretty much having a shit year end up beating one of their rivals.
Yeah.
just
Rivalry
because
games.
They wanted it more,
Yeah. Sometimes rivalry don't mean, but more often than not, it does mean. I mean, we've seen it happen in Iron Bowls where we've seen Auburn teams that shouldn't have even been on the field with Bama, and for whatever reason, because it was at Jordan Hare, in rivalry, it just kind of turned into a good game.
Yeah.
I'm sure Georgia and Florida have done the same thing where
Honestly, lately it's been South Carolina. Believe it or not, man. Every time we play them, except for last year. But last year, Georgia was just a different animal. But they give us a run for our money every fucking time. But what really sucks I know you say you didn't watch most of that game. There was a couple touchdowns Tennessee had, and then they got, pass interference that was not called. I mean, one dude was right on a streak, and the dude even showed the replay of him snagging his jersey, and Herbst's like, oh, yeah, that's a horrible pass interference. No flag.
I saw that one. Yeah.
And then the blindside block, I was like, how the fuck do you get away with that shit? Like, Tennessee gets called with a blindside block that wasn't at all. It was literally the guy turned and just blocked inward.
Yeah, it was
Pushed him all the way back.
nothing flagrant about it I could see.
Carter says, I'm on my way getting my paper bag.
Well, good video, Carter. That's one of the better videos I've seen you do.
So sometimes we want to get our feelings out there. And,
Yeah.
Some people like to give it a little time to breathe, and but
That one thing
it's
I
just
will get
raw
on.
emotion, raw
I want
emotion.
I want to just grab Carter and grab his cheeks and go, "Ugh!" Like me and Carter should be used to this. If anybody in our little circle band of brothers, me and Carter should be used to taking L's. Like he should be more accustomed to this by now. Now I'm glad we got the video. The video's outstanding. I love it. I love the passion. But if we go out next week and we lose a heartbreaker to A&M, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just too realistic about it. I'm like, I think we suck going into that game, so my expectations are pretty low.
Well, I know that Lane Kiffin smells blood in the water, so he's going to give us his best shot. And if we bring out the same team that came out today, he may get us.
It is stunning, though, Hoss. And this is not trolling. This is 3 guys talking about college football. I can't believe watching Alabama.
No.
It's like watching Auburn for the last 8 years. Like you watch them on offense. It's like it's like they've never studied football. They've never ran a practice. Can't get first downs, punting, turnovers. It's like I've never seen, even in the Shula years, even in the Mike DeBose years, I don't know if I've seen an Alabama offense, as dysfunctional as this year's.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. It's bizarre. And meanwhile, I mean, Georgia, yeah, it kind of looked ugly there for a minute, but Georgia nutted up, and when it got crunch time, they went ahead and put their foot on the throat of South Carolina and choked them out.
Well, they do what they're good at doing. They made adjustments.
Yeah.
It still wasn't pretty. It maybe not been as pretty as you liked it, but they did make adjustments and they put points on the board. So,
Trench, as I understand, like the standard is different now, especially after winning 2 straight playoffs. But got to give Georgia a little bit of credit. I don't really know. They're not as good as the past 2 years either, I don't think, right now, 3 weeks in. But who's really better than them? That's the question you got to ask.
I would say right now as it sits, Penn State could beat us. Nice, Carter.
Did you say Penn State?
Penn State would beat us.
Oh,
who's the other team we had talked about, Hoss, before we went live, where I was like, these are the only 2 good-looking teams right now. Penn State and Washington.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. There you
Notre
go.
Dame,
Hi.
Hey,
hello.
Turn that frown upside down, buddy. The sun's going to come up tomorrow, Carter.
Yeah, you can peek out. This is a
Look at
safe space for you.
He's smiling. We seen a smile. That cute little smile.
Yeah.
Great video.
I'm hoping maybe, if anything, it'll go viral.
Well, it definitely could.
It's genuine.
There's about 20 of these laying around somewhere.
At what point did you know that it was over? Be honest now. Don't. I knew it on the 3rd drive of the 1st quarter.
About the end of that halftime, I wasn't feeling too good about it. I thought it was going to be a lot worse. They had that. I mean, they scored all their goddamn points in the 2nd quarter. Because it was 20. It was what, 26? They had 26 points. They scored 20 points in the 2nd quarter. They scored 6 in the 1st quarter, and they scored 3 points in the entire 2nd half.
Mm-hmm. I thought when you guys closed it to 26-10, and you had the ball in the 3rd quarter somewhere in there, I thought y'all was about to come back and win it, but
yeah, but
y'all got a big penalty.
Flag happened, Cranges.
Yep. You got a big penalty, and it killed the drive, and that was pretty much the death.
That blindside block flag was the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
That, and then, like I said, when that dude was on a streak, had the guy beat. He's pulling the fuck out of his jersey, and they don't throw the flag.
Yeah, that was 14 points that we lost. Yeah, that was frustrating. You know what was frustrating too was getting in the red zone 4 times and not doing shit with it. That was bad. You know,
Colorado State making this interesting.
if you just maybe would have settled for field goals on those 4 tries instead of throwing a pick, one of them, and then a fumble. I'm to that point. I think I said I knew. I guess I thought with the schedule. I don't know. I thought I knew I didn't think that we would be maybe as good as last year, but I thought with the schedule we had and little things like that, I thought if we took a step back, it would be a slight step, like by a game. Like
Yeah.
you still have. I saw 10 wins this season.
I'll be back in 1 minute.
Yep.
All right.
I'll wait for Cringe to get back.
Here's something interesting to think about. I'm not starting an argument between you two, but it's going to be real interesting to see who can make the most adjustments by the time of that second week in October.
Yeah.
You talking about between us and Alabama?
Yeah, buddy, I don't know if you saw Bama today, and Hoss, I'm not taking shots here. They're not looking hot either.
Well, you can take your shots because I'll agree with you. I mean, it was really just I don't know. It's just, I've not seen a team fielded like this as far as offense goes. I mean, there's definitely the talent there. It's just it's like they can't connect the pieces.
I want to see.
Oh, hitting them with a Dion too. Oh, that was beautiful. Sorry.
I want to see our freshmen out there. I don't. If this season goes the way, I don't know. What can it hurt?
Well, if he goes out there and it's the same results, then you just wasted his red shirt.
Well, he's not red shirt anyway.
Oh, okay, then yeah, let him play.
I mean, the whole thing was that he was going to get ample playing time. I mean, obviously, not if we, he got to play in the Virginia game a little bit. He was supposed to play last week. That didn't work out. Probably, he was just going to get a lot of mop-up duty.
I'm just worried about that kid because he has skin and bones. I feel like one hit and he's going to crumble.
Well, he was, but he's gained a lot of weight since he got on campus in December. So
the inexperience will get him. Like you're in a tough spot. A lot of teams we get in those spots where you got an experienced veteran who underperforms, but then it's almost like a wash because you put in the new guy, the new sexy guy with inexperience, and he can't do much. It's like, what do you do? It's like
you lost all those reps for your experienced guy.
But the way I look at it is, if we're going to go down, why not go down giving that inexperienced guy more experience for, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think if Tennessee gets into a situation where the season is there's nothing left to really go for, because you're still in it right now, technically. I know you don't want to hear that. I know you don't think that way, or none of us are at this point. But
well, I never thought we were going to win the goddamn East or nothing like that. But
yeah. But if Tennessee gets up to 3 losses or 4, and it's just not working out with Milton, I bet they'll throw that guy in and just start shooting for next year. It ain't time. I guess I'm trying to say is it ain't time to think about next year yet. But I know what you're saying, though. I know.
Yeah.
At least you got a nice pop.
Yeah. I had to stop drinking the whiskey, or whatever it was.
When did you start drinking it?
About 8.
Wow.
I'm just getting started.
Well, I was at a place watching the game. I'll never do that again. Because wouldn't you know it, there was one goddamn Florida fan in McKenzie, Tennessee. The one motherfucker that lives in this whole county was there where I had to be tonight. And he didn't know shit from Sean, so whatever.
At the male strip club.
Yes.
I tell you what, that Mertz kid definitely looked a lot better than he'd ever did at Wisconsin.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. No, that's what. I mean, he didn't even throw for that many fucking yards. Like their goddamn offense is like we had more yards than they did. You know.
Yeah, but you could. The problem
Now,
with y'all was the
ETN
line of scrimmage. ETN was just eating y'all alive.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian Urlacher says Bama staff has been cleaned out by assistants leaving for head coaching jobs. Now we're stuck with Howdy Doody for an OC. Yeah, I agree with that. I think Saban's been rated. I was having this discussion with some people the other day. Think about the coordinators he's had over the last however many years. Sark, Kiffin, Bill O'Brien. Was he one of the better ones, Hoss?
He was.
I think you're forgetting one, Francis.
I know. I'm actually leaving out a few, but man, he had some.
Kiffin.
No, I had Kiffin in
Kirby.
there.
Oh my bad.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was shooting for OCs there, but yes, Kirby's one too. I mean, there's man, when you think about the offensive coordinators he's had and he's lost, yeah, he's definitely been rated.
Well, one thing they were saying in the game that I just thought they were saying something about this Reese and Buckner, that they weren't able to bring in any offensive stuff from they had to basically be joined into Bama's offense. I call bullshit on that. I mean,
speaking of bullshit, y'all see that bullshit text, right?
I just did.
Are you fucking kidding me?
But how can you be the offensive coordinator? You're telling me that he can't call his own type of offense. I mean, I don't buy all that. But anyways,
Wow.
Carter, how you feeling about that text?
Fuck that motherfucker.
There it is.
Wow.
Ain't here all goddamn months.
Yep.
Wow.
I ain't gonna be in that motherfucking comments.
Lord have mercy. I want to talk about glutton for punishment.
it's been a wild day.
How about Missouri kicking a SEC record long kick?
1 yard.
Yes, they sure did. I mean, the K-State player was back there. They were fully expecting to catch it because it was going to be short. Yeah.
That was a bizarre sequence. Were you guys watching it?
It was. It really was.
They completed the pass or the run, whatever it was. They got in position. They were in better field position for those that didn't see it. Missouri was 5 yards further, and they got a delay of game. And the back to kick up, and everybody just thought, okay, yeah, it's just going to be we'll just take a shot at it here and just see how it works out.
Yep.
Isn't the
Fucking
record
God
for
drilled
NFL like 64?
That's the NCAA record. This is the SEC.
No, isn't the NFL record like 64?
I think it's like 65 because some Denver kicker got it, I think.
And that dude's only 4 yards away from an NFL record. That's fucking nuts.
I mean, my first question was, why does Missouri have a kicker that can do that? Why is that guy not somewhere else?
Because if you're going to recruit anybody at Missouri, you need a good kicker and a good punter.
That's a good point.
Even through the shitty years, I don't know how we were like special teams. We couldn't beat nobody. We'd lose 7 games a year, but by God, we could kick some field goals and punt. That's one thing Auburn was always consistently through the shitty years, even when Farson was there. What's something your teams have always been good at, through no matter who was the coach?
Well,
I mean, the kicking game still, even today, Riker at 100%. Burnett was averaging 46 yards on his punts, and he was punting quite a bit, unfortunately. So.
Ours have always been running backs, except for this year.
Yeah. Tennessee's probably always been punter. Didn't y'all have the 5 generations of Colquitts?
Yeah, and they all won the whatchamacallit? Jimmy, We've
the
had
kicker award, the Ray Guy Award.
That's the punter award, I think.
Yeah, well, that's what Colquitt's are, ain't they?
Yeah. Dustin, or what? It started with Craig and Jimmy, which Craig didn't, but Jimmy did, and then Jimmy's sons or Craig's sons. You had Dustin Colquitt and Britton Colquitt. So we had 3 Colquitts win the Ray Guy Award, I believe. And you would be surprised. I know at least Dustin, man, he would make differences. Like we won that Miami game that year because of his punting. He kept the motherfuckers pinned back the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
He could coffin corner punt like nobody I've ever seen.
Woo! The old coffin corner. I think you guys got a stream that you better go watch.
No. Carter, did you see the private?
Well, I mean, if we've covered everything we need to cover, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, we're pretty much just going to sit back and relax and watch this game after we end this stream, right?
Yeah.
Sounds
We
good.
got nothing else tonight to watch.
I ain't going to watch no fucking bullshit.
Carter says he's done seen enough bullshit tonight.
Yeah, he's seen
I done
enough.
seen enough bullshit, motherfucker. That's what pisses me off about losing these sons of bitches, because every time we do lose to them, they'll go out and win like 2 more games the rest of the fucking year. I don't get it. But they'll win.
I don't know if Florida's going to be as bad as people think they are.
I don't care.
I'll be honest with you. Looking at the East, I don't see it. I don't know who's fucking good anymore. That includes us. I really don't know who's good.
2007.
And that was the last year we didn't have a truly dominant team, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, LSU won a national championship with 2 fucking losses.
Yeah,
And
they
one of those
lost
losses
last
was
week
the
of the year.
last game, against Arkansas. Last game of the year. They lost to Kentucky and Arkansas.
Okay, so in 08, you had, I guess it was Florida.
Yeah.
9, you had Bama.
10 Auburn.
10 Auburn, 11 Bama, 12 Bama, 13 was
Florida State.
Yeah. But okay, so I guess they're defined by dynamic quarterbacks, right? Not just teams that just had a good season and maybe just gelled and won it, like the Ohio State in 2000 or 2001 with Craig Krenzel. I can't remember the year. Nobody was superstar. The 98 Tennessee to me was a team. It wasn't a superstar team.
Yeah, we beat Florida that year, and T. Martin only completed 4 passes that game.
Yeah. So in 08, you had Tebow. 9, I guess would be
Mark Ingram.
Mark Ingram, yeah, that's a good one. 10 was Cam. 11 was 11. Those Bama teams. God, dude, there's like 3 people you could point out on those teams.
Yeah.
Wasn't Amari Cooper on those, or was that before Amari Cooper? I can't remember. It's a good problem to have if you're a Bama fan. 13 was Jameis Winston. I'm gonna need help after 13. 14 was Ohio State, wasn't it? Yeah, the running back, the one that got drafted to the Cowboys, Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah,
that's right.
So, yeah, it's just like a mess. I still think Georgia is probably by default going to be the best team in the SEC or the East, but
in the East, the other undefeated teams are Kentucky and Missouri right now.
Maybe they sneak up and bite.
Auburn,
Georgia,
and then Auburn and Ole Miss are the only undefeateds in the West. So.
Well, I know for a fact one of those is probably going to come to an end next week because Bama plays Ole Miss, and I'm sure Missouri and Kentucky play soon.
Surely.
You guys got anything else before we get out of here?
Go Colorado State.
At least I know we'll beat Kentucky.
Well, so you hope.
No, we don't lose Kentucky.
So yo,
or do you?
yo.
Well,
We don't.
Okay.
We'd lose to Vandy before we lost to Kentucky.
Look at all this. Look at all these stars. on
dude,
the
yeah, it's too much, man.
Offset.
It's such ridiculousness.
Looks like a fun fucking party.
It's
So
too
they're-
much.
So they're all there in
Bitch, you played at
support,
Miami.
in support of Colorado.
Yeah, why is The Rock there? I mean, come on.
Let's just look. Let's hope he wins out and he has an incredible season. Let's say he makes playoff, like Trencher said, so that his ass can go to the NFL and this little bullshit thing is over. Okay, it's done. It's over.
See you
All
later.
right. See ya.